You Were Born Rich, full expanded spoken summary narrated by On the Go English with Era. What if everything you've been searching for, the money, the freedom, the confidence, was already inside you? What if you were never meant to become rich because you were born rich? That's what Bob Proctor is telling us in this life-changing book. This isn't a guide to chasing something outside of you. It's a reminder that the real power has always been within you. And the only things standing in the way are the mental and emotional blocks you've been carrying. This book isn't just pages and words. It's a mirror, showing you who you really are beneath all the fear, all the doubt, and all the old conditioning. Let's break it down, not just chapter by chapter, but soul by soul. Let's begin with money. Most people grow up with weird feelings about money. We're taught that it's dirty, that it's selfish to want more. We hear things like, money isn't everything, or rich people are greedy. But here's the truth. Money is neutral. It simply amplifies who you already are. Bob says that money is freedom. It gives you the ability to express yourself. It gives you options. It lets you take care of your family. Wanting more isn't greedy. It's honest. It means you're ready for more responsibility, more contribution, more life. But if you feel guilty for wanting money, you'll keep pushing it away without realizing it. That's why Bob says, you don't have a money problem, you have a belief problem. Then he asks the question most people avoid, what do you really want? Not just success, not just more. That's too vague, that's not enough. Bob challenges you to get specific. What kind of lifestyle do you want? Where do you want to live? How much income do you want to earn? What kind of freedom do you crave? Because when you set a clear target, your brain begins to work, even subconsciously, to get you there. But if your vision is fuzzy, your results will be fuzzy too. Don't just wish, decide, own it, declare it out loud, because clarity is power, and vague dreams don't come true. Next, he hits you with a truth that changes everything. You will never earn more than your self-image allows. This is massive. You already have a mental picture of who you are, and your results will never rise above that image. Even if you hustle, even if you get lucky, your self-image will eventually pull you back. That's why people win the lottery and lose it all. Why they sabotage relationships. Why they stay stuck in patterns. Because deep down, they haven't changed how they see themselves. Bob teaches you how to build a new image, a new identity, through visualization, repetition, emotion. You reprogram your subconscious. And once your self-image shifts, everything else shifts with it. Now here's the part most people miss. Stop trying to control everything. We live in fear. We overthink, we stress, we constantly check and doubt. But that energy, it actually repels the very things we want. Bob teaches a different kind of power. Surrender. Not weakness, not passivity, but the strength of letting go. Letting go of control doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you act with faith. It means you trust that when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned, life begins to work with you. This chapter teaches us something profound. Trust is not passive. It's a conscious choice, and it's the bridge between belief and reality. But wanting something, that's not enough. You have to expect it. This is where most people get stuck. They hope, they wish, they say things like, maybe someday. But deep down, they don't really believe it'll happen. And the truth is, the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you expect. When you expect to succeed, you prepare for it. You speak like it's already on the way. You walk differently. You take action others won't because your mind is already there. And that expectation, it's magnetic. It's what separates dreamers from manifestors. Now let's go deeper. You attract what you vibrate. Everything is energy, every thought, every emotion, every action. It all carries a frequency. You are constantly sending out a signal, and life responds to that signal. If you're always anxious, doubtful, or low, that's the level you're operating on. Even if you say you want more, your energy isn't aligned with it. Bob explains, to change your life, you must first change your state. Gratitude, joy, certainty, these are high-frequency emotions, and they pull in the results you want. This isn't about faking positivity. It's about learning to regulate your inner world, because your outer world depends on it. And here's something most people never realize. You're probably closer than you think. We imagine success as a giant leap, but more often than not, it's a tiny shift in mindset, in belief, in action. Bob calls this the razor's edge, that thin line between average and excellence. Most people are just a few small changes away from a breakthrough, but they give up because they don't realize how close they are. This chapter is a wake-up call. The shift is near. It's waiting, right on the edge of your consistency, clarity, and belief. But be careful. Your mind might try to trick you. Your brain's job is to protect you. That means it keeps scanning for danger, regret, worst-case scenarios. That's called thinking in reverse. You start dwelling on the past, worrying about what might go wrong, repeating old stories. But what you focus on grows. Bob says, discipline your focus. Your mind isn't just a place to store memories. It's a creative tool. Use it to build the future you want, not relive the pain you don't. And finally, to receive the new, you must make space. This might sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful principles in the book. Bob calls it the vacuum law of prosperity. If your life is cluttered, physically, emotionally, or mentally, there's no space for abundance to enter. Let go of what no longer serves you. Old beliefs, toxic people, limiting habits, even old clothes and objects tied to past versions of you. When you release the old, you create a vacuum, and the universe rushes in to fill it with something better. So, what's the real message of this book? You are not broken. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need more time, more qualifications, or a miracle. You were born rich. Rich in power, rich in imagination, rich in potential. And the moment you stop seeing yourself as small and start living as the powerful creator you are, everything starts to shift. This isn't a theory, it's law. You already have the key. Now it's time to use it.